Welcome everyone to the official launch of Accelerate Digital Transformation and Ecosystem Program. Fantastic to be here. Welcome to all of our colleagues across the ditch in Australia. So also just like to acknowledge we've got the Cordia Livestream team here. These are the team that bring you just about every sporting fixture from New Zealand, so fantastic. Now, this is actually pretty exciting, and I think something a lot of us here and in Australia can relate to. Digital transformation is pretty tough. It's pretty tough for a couple of reasons. For the disruption that is going on in the industry and the challenge to our companies, but also in the personal growth required through transformation as digital leaders. And one of the things that I think you're going to hear today about Accelerate is that there's a couple of groundbreaking areas. One is we've got the University of New South Wales and the Australian Graduate Business School involved. This is a first, and this really speaks to how we become digital leaders, how you here become a digital leader, but also our clients. And the ecosystem that's being built in around here really supports our customers as they look for solutions on their journey of digital transformation, which is not a one-stop shop. It starts and it continues to move on. Industry 4.0 is throwing up a lot of challenges, but a huge number of opportunities. And what's really exciting to see is the work that's gone on within the Accelerate Digital Transformation Program to understand the client needs and the types of solutions that can be brought to play to all of the customers across Australia and New Zealand. So it's with a great pleasure that I get to kick this program off. And now I'm going to invite Mike Smith, Managing Director of IBM New Zealand, just to come up and share a few words on his perspective of Accelerate. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Well, can I add my absolute welcome to everybody here and also on the live stream. It's a great pleasure to be able to host this event today. I've just returned from 3 days in Singapore with about 40 executives from our enterprise and commercial team. Including Shelley Lowe, who we're going to hear from shortly, Katrina Troughton, who was actually there in 2 particular jobs. You probably know about her recent appointment as the Country Manager, Australia-New Zealand, replacing David LaRose. And we had a gentleman called Silvano Sansoni, who reports to Martin Schroeder. So he's the top guy in enterprise and commercial. And the key themes we discussed started, no surprise, digital transformation, cloud, and AI. It also was underpinned by a big discussion around our go-to-market, which includes partners. So you probably know that IBM's probably got the best assets in the globe right now, sort of over here. We have a bunch of customers over here, and the work that we do with companies like Certus and programs like this is to try and marry these 2 things up. The partner ecosystem is really critical to us, and the fact that we're all here launching this together speaks to that. So on to today. I can remember speaking at the Accelerate launch in June 2017, and so much has changed since then. At IBM, we talk about Chapter 2, which is about taking digital from proof of concept to the full enterprise. So transforming an organization so it can be real-time and wrapped around the customer experience. So it's fantastic to see a valued partner in Certus being so bold, forward-looking, and innovative. And it's a credit to you, Brian, and your team for the work that you're doing. So we're very happy to be hosting today, to be a key supporter of this program. And I'll leave you with one question. What do you want to get out of today? This is yours for the taking. All you need to do is jump in. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Mike. Fantastic to hear from you. And look, just before I introduce Samuel Williams, I think one of the things we know about transformation is it's not easy. And so at IBM and in any type of client engagement, we don't want to be just selling to our customers. We want to inspire them. And one of the things that I think, from Samuel Williams we're going to hear, who's the creator and founder of Accelerate, is exactly that level of inspiration of what that can mean for our customers. So I'm going to invite Samuel to come up and share that.
Great. Thanks so much for that introduction. I guess where I wanted to start today is talk about the context of where we find ourselves. So those of you that have come along to an Accelerate event before will know that I'm quite passionate about Industry 4.0 and the fourth industrial revolution and what it means to us. But I thought I'd just give a little bit of context to this program so that you can see where it's come from and just talk for a moment about Industry 4.0. So most of us in high school probably studied the first industrial revolution. I remember it being, I think it was in geography or social studies, something like that. We looked at the impact of steam power and mechanization. So obviously we've got the first one, which was about the steam engine, cotton spinning and railroads. The second is the production line and electrification. And it's interesting to reflect on standardization around electricity. This time, 100 years ago, you did not get 220 or 240 volts coming out of power outlets from one building to another. Voltages could be completely different because they were supplied by completely different companies from one side of the street to the other side of the street. So you could move a block and all of your appliances, such as they were back then, would not work. So we've come a long way in terms of standardization, and we kind of forget the importance of standards and how quickly these things are evolving. The third industrial revolution, of course, we all grew up with in terms of mainframe computing and information technology. But in the fourth industrial revolution, what we're seeing is change at a speed and a scale and a force like anything that we have experienced before. It's going to affect the very essence of human experience. So we're starting to see that now in terms like digital obesity, something that I'm going to touch on a little bit later. But our whole life experience is being impacted by the speed and scale of what's happening in the fourth industrial revolution. The other thing too is radical systems-wide innovation can happen in only a few years. And in addition to that, it's the interplay between all of these different technologies. So nanotechnology, brain research, 3D printing, mobile networks and computing. But they're bringing about things that were previously unthinkable. So the idea of catching an Uber, for instance, 10 years ago was unthinkable. The idea of using a Lime scooter to get from one end of Auckland to another end of Auckland was unthinkable previously. So it's happening at a speed and a scale, and the technology is spreading like wildfire, and new products and services are being able to be produced cheaply and quickly, and the business models of every industry are being transformed and tipped on their head. So one of the things about Industry 4.0 is that it's affecting everyone. It's not just about the IT industry. It's not just about the manufacturing industry. It's affecting every one of our lives, from government through to education, through to business. But one of the important things about it, though, is how do we collectively avoid a world of joblessness, low productivity, and inequality? And how do we individually adapt to entirely different norms that there are? So the age of retirement is going to push out. The average life expectancy for a child born today is over 100 years. So the idea of retiring at 65 is not something that fits anymore going forward. So one of the things that's desperately important to us individually here in the room and on the live stream is how do we reinvent ourselves and evolve in response to Industry 4.0. And so that really is the segue into what is Accelerate. It is a response to Industry 4.0 and a response to some of these forces and trends that you see up here, including digital obesity. So we're now entering an age where there's more abundance than there ever has been, yet it feels like there's more scarcity than there ever has been. We're entering the age where fake news and deep fakes are causing a great deal of difficulty in terms of making sense of the world and discerning fact from fiction. Mega shifts are creating entire new industries. Exponential change is happening in a blink of an eye. So, and issues like the surveillance society and artificial intelligence all have ethical dimensions to them that we don't stop to consider. And sometimes it's all about the unintended consequences of this change that we need to be thinking about, especially as digital leaders. So with that in mind, what I'd like to do is introduce you to the Accelerate program and this year's event series with this short video. So hopefully it looks like something you want to come along to and get involved with. So I want to talk about this from the point of view of how it's been designed and who it's been designed for. So who here is being affected by Industry 4.0 and digital transformation? Like, how many of you have been through a restructure in recent times? You know, so it's affecting every one of us. And so when we talk about the audiences that it's designed for, it's as much for you guys as it is for your customers or clients, because we're all experiencing the same mega shifts and in the same way. So the idea of this is that it's here to help not only our audiences, but you as an audience in both your journey and transformation and their journey and transformation around digital leadership. So most often in technology, we talk about going after the CIO audience. What we've learned over the last 3 or 4 years is that the audience is shifting in terms of making purchase decisions. So line of business managers are becoming much more critical in the process of digital transformation. So this is a program that's designed to appeal not only to your operations, systems, and senior professionals, but also to your customer engagement senior professionals as well. Those that are looking at customer-facing issues and how they drive increased revenue, growth within their portfolios. And one of the things about these two audiences that's key to understand is that they are typically at a level where they have a 1 to 2 year innovation horizon. They're looking at how they can improve their quarterly returns for the business and an annual return for the business. Sometimes they're looking as far out as 2 years, but they are distinctly different to the CEO audience and the C-suite audience, which typically have a 3 to 5 year time horizon in terms of their thinking about transformation in the business. So it's really important that we understand this sort of nuance in terms of how we're wanting to attract these three audience segments to come along, get involved, and become part of the program. And that's one of the reasons why we teamed up with the University of New South Wales and the Graduate School of Management, is because these are the people that are engaging with their leadership programs. They're also the alumni of the University of New South Wales and the Australian Graduate School of Management. So just a little bit about the program itself. It's a leadership development program. It's not an event. So one of the things you'll see used consistently through here is that we talk about it as a program as opposed to an event. It's a series of activities that you can get involved in, not from the point of view of selling to your customers, but from the point of view of educating yourself and getting your clients involved in digital transformation, going along with them on the journey. So we have a couple of meetups planned in August, not too far away. One in Wellington on the 20th of August and one in Melbourne on the 22nd of August. And you might have noticed in the video that we've got David Graham. He's from Lego Strategic Ventures. He's actually coming back to New Zealand after 3 years. And what we're going to be doing is actually recording some exclusive content with him in the Lego house in Billund in Denmark. So I'm just involved in the production process with that. It promises to be something quite exciting in terms of what's going to be on show in this video and the talk that he will give about Lego and its history. We also have Max Thacira, who's one of the lecturers from University of New South Wales Business School, and he's going to be talking about developing your digital transformation ambition. And we're also going to be looking at data and how you evolve revenue models. So in each one of these different meetups or signature events, you're going to find something for everyone that's of value on their journey around digital transformation. So the second most important part of the program is the forum and masterclasses. And these are the things that are taking place in September. So on the 19th in Melbourne, the 26th in Sydney, and in Auckland on the 28th. And we also plan to live stream the 28th as well for those around New Zealand, as well as those that missed out on it in Australia as well. And so all of this program is being developed and designed with the University of New South Wales Business School, and they're actually co-facilitating the delivery of it as well. The third part of the program is a showcase action meetup. This is the opportunity for us as IBMers or ecosystem members or Certus Digital people to be able to come along and actually showcase and engage with the people that we've built up relationships with over the course of the meetups and the masterclasses so that we can actually turn this into revenue opportunities. And one of the things that we're going to do in the showcase action meetups will be to reveal what we're working on at the moment, which is likely to be a digital human project. More news on that as it develops. But also one of the things that we've learned from running these events previously is that the masterclasses and forums generally generate questions from business people and digital leaders. So we want to use the follow-up action forums or meetups to actually help answer questions, help develop relationships, build the community a little bit further, and also help people make real-world progress on their digital transformation journey. And so those two events are going to take place in Auckland on the 22nd of October and in Sydney on the 24th of October. So you can see here that it's a program spanning August, September, October. There's opportunity to engage with people over this period of time. And one of the things that the university's bringing to the table is their social learning and community engagement platform. So there will be online content as well for masterclass participants to actually engage with, and we can actually take the learnings from the masterclasses and share them in a peer environment as well as part of a community. There's a couple of things to be aware of from a promotion standpoint. Our focus in the first half is about getting people to engage with the program. Our focus in the second half is really about how do we monetize the engagement that we've had in relation to the masterclasses, the meetups, etc. So this is not your typical demand generation program or marketing communications program. It's something that's been designed with learning in mind in the first instance and selling and revenue gathering in the second instance. So we're wanting to engage with people, putting something very valuable on the table, and then work with them in a classroom environment so that we can start to develop business opportunities as a result of that engagement. And just a little bit on the actual forum and masterclass itself. So David Graham is going to be talking about from bricks to clicks, how the Lego Group have adapted to the digital world, and that's in the breakfast forum. Then we have 5 different lecturers and professors who will be talking about different aspects of digital transformation. And so there should be something for everyone in this masterclass series. So Max Thacera will be talking about orchestrating digital transformation with a hands-on canvas development. David Goad will be talking about demystifying IoT and AI and building systems of intelligence. David Graham is going to also be taking a masterclass as well, talking about from enterprise to ecosystem, essentially through his experience of working with the likes of Lego, Siemens, and many other European enterprise clients. Rosamund Christie from the University of New South Wales is going to be talking about, taking a class on building adaptive leadership capability and culture. So this is something about your place in an organisation and culture, but also there's something for you there individually from a personal career development standpoint. So that's one of the things that we've heard from the audiences that we've engaged with, that we're worried about what our future holds and how do we adapt to these new career opportunities that there are ahead of us. We're still in the process of finalising a specific speaker or masterclass tutor, I should say, around engaging customers through data platforms to drive revenue and new products. Needless to say, it will be someone from the University of New South Wales stable of professors and tutors. The last part of the day is an intelligence briefing. And it's an intelligence briefing on what you need to know about the dark web, information operations, and cybersecurity going into 2020. So thinking about this from the perspective of equipping ourselves in this new age that we occupy and some of the challenges that there will be in 2020 around cybersecurity, information operations, so disinformation warfare. So the day itself has got a lot of content in it, and we expect people to get quite a lot of value out of it. One thing that I should also mention is that we prototyped this with the University of New South Wales Business School last September, actually more or less in September of last year. So this is not the first time we've run this format, and we've taken the learnings from that, adjusted it accordingly. But needless to say, it was a success last year, and what we're attempting to do here is build on the success of something that we've prototyped and trialled before. The fourth thing that you need to know about the forum and masterclass day is around the showcase pods and networking opportunities, and we're going to build some speed dating in as well. We all love speed dating, I'm sure. Those of us that are on Tinder, we know all about how fast you can speed date. Just a flick of the finger. Oh, we're live streaming. Gosh, I shouldn't have said that, but anyway. We've got the opportunity in terms of interacting with the audience and the class participants on these days with technology showcases and pods, if you like. So there's an opportunity there to bring your classmates along to some form of showcase pod to talk about a particular solution that they may be interested in, or how they can take advantage of a certain platform or set of services. Including, I might add, the courses that are on offer from the University of New South Wales from a digital leadership standpoint. Just a word on some of the teachers and talent. So we have David Graham, as you've heard already, from Lego Ventures. We know from experience, in terms of engaging with David before in the region, that there's a lot of interest in the work that he does. And I think it's important to really acknowledge the power of Lego, not just as a brand, but as a way of connecting with new ideas. To be able to think in 3 dimensions using Lego unlocks people's creativity and is one of the primary tools that I've come to use in terms of applying design thinking principles to workshops and different training courses that I undertake. Joseph Cuerto, who you see here, is actually a little bit of a data scientist luminary, shall we say, as a visiting professor from Spain. He's got some very interesting material around building new revenue models. David Goad is also the author of the IoT book that you see just in the bottom left here. And we'll also have speakers from IBM. And I want to kind of underpin the importance of having IBM's involvement in this. That this is a company that has more than 100 years of history and intellectual capital that we're very fortunate in this region to be able to take advantage of the sort of enterprise grade, the IBM labs and research, to be able to actually bring content from IBMers into these forums so that it's possible for us to see and feel and experience the possibilities that Industry 4.0 represents. As I mentioned just before around Lego, the power of the brick is an amazing one, not just from the point of view of our day-to-day lives. Probably all of those of you that have children either have memories of playing with them or memories of standing on bricks in bare feet. But what we've found previously is that the power of the brick extends from a publicity angle in quite an interesting and amazing way. So the last time we had David Graham in the region, for instance, we were on Breakfast TV. Just the level of interest that there is more broadly. So this is a great PR opportunity that we'll be leveraging. The next thing that I really want to emphasise here is the significance and importance of the relationship with the University of New South Wales. So this is a screen capture from their alumni website. And yes, we tend to think of the 300,000 graduates that there are as maybe being the young people in the room. But it's not just about the 300,000 alumni that there are, it's the 17,000 graduates from the Australian Graduate School of Management who are engaged alumni. These are the influencers, responders, difference makers from across the region who are in roles of significance that we are inviting along to participate in this course and in this program. So you have an opportunity to rub shoulders as classmates with people that you would never ordinarily get the opportunity to interface with if you were running a regular demand generation program. So this is significantly different to anything that Certus or IBM has done before in terms of the opportunity to engage with this alumni who do frankly represent the great and the good of Australasian business. And so you have a very unique opportunity in this program to actually be a participant with these people, not trying to sell to them. This is about engaging with them as peers. With that in mind, I want to talk just for a moment about your role as a digital transformer. So we've all acknowledged that we've been impacted by Industry 4.0. This is a call to leadership in just the same way as Uncle Sam asked people to sign up. And, I happen to be called Sam as well, so of course I like putting up pictures of Uncle Sam. But this is a recruitment call. The reason why we are having this event is because for this to be successful, it's all about you guys engaging with this program. So I've got some challenges for you. Don't just turn up recruit and participate. This is a unique opportunity. It has a $750 price tag that's associated with it. So it's not a free event in the sense that we will be selling places on it at $750. And that's an already slightly discounted price to what is typically a day-long course facilitated by the Australian Graduate School of Management. As Mike Smith alluded to at the beginning, you'll get out of this what you put into it. So I'd really invite you to think about what you can put into it, because it's your energy in behind this that will make it a success. It's not about what we can do for you, it's about what you can do for your clients, your customers, the people that you serve in day-to-day business, and what you can do for yourself in terms of your education. So as digital leaders, you are the target audience to participate in this, and it's an opportunity to evolve your career. And as business development professionals, this is the opportunity to work with your classmates and prospective clients in a classroom environment. So I guess the challenge that I'd throw out there too, this is not bring people along and try and sell to them. It's bring people along as colleagues, as peers, so that you can engage and build a longer lasting relationship with them from the point of view of business. And I guess the last thing that I just wanted to touch on was this idea of ecosystem. And in ecosystems, we talk about enlightened self-interest. So the challenge that I'm throwing out to you guys is to think about this from an enlightened self-interest standpoint, that this is in your interest to participate because you are part of an ecosystem that is rapidly evolving. We're all part of a community and a nation and a world that is all shifting rapidly in terms of Industry 4.0. So you have a role to play in terms of how we can make this better for everyone going forward. You know, avoiding the world of joblessness, inequality, and poverty as there was in that opening video. So with that in mind, thank you so much for your attention, and I will pass over, well actually I'm going to pass over to Wesley Toms, who is from the University of New South Wales. So we spontaneously had him, he couldn't be here today, so we had him actually do a short clip here to introduce you to Accelerate from the point of view of the university.
Hi, I'm Wes Toms. I'm the Head of Enterprise Development for AGSM, and just wanted to say a few words as to why AGSM is involved in the Accelerate ecosystem. Firstly, we've been involved with Accelerate since 2017. We were originally involved as a guest and have upped the ante with our involvement over the last few years. We're extremely proud to be involved with Accelerate for 2019 and see a lot of alignment between Accelerate and AGSM's own purpose of developing leaders for an accelerated world, as well as University of New South Wales strategy, particularly in regard to living with 21st century technology. For Accelerate in 2019, we're going to be bringing our experience in learning design to make Accelerate the most interactive experience it can be for all of the ecosystem partners and our customers. And we're going to be bringing subject matter expertise for adaptive leadership, digital strategy and digital innovation. Look forward to being a part of Accelerate for 2019 and working with you all.
Okay, fantastic. Well, that was a bit of a big start, hearing from a few key speakers, including Mike, Samuel, the creator of Accelerate, and then from the university. I just want to pause for a second and hope you understand that this actually represents quite a unique opportunity for each of you guys in the room and also for those in Australia. So if you think about the way that we learn and the way that we ask our customers to go through the discover and learn process before they engage with us as sellers, then the university, as being part of this ecosystem, provides a very, very unique opportunity for you to learn alongside our customers. Now, a big supporter of Accelerate would be Shelley Lowe. Now, Shelley Lowe is the, if I just go like this, Shelley Lowe is the VP of Enterprise and Commercial for IBM New Zealand and Australia, across Australia and New Zealand. Now, she couldn't be here today. In fact, she was with Mike Smith in the week in Singapore, talking with Katrina Troughton about the future around digital transformation and the challenges that our clients face. But what she has done is answered the question that Mike posed, which is around, you will get out of this program what you put in. It's not just about turning up to this event today, but it's about participation. So let's hear what Shelley has to say.
Good afternoon from Singapore. In our enterprise and commercial business in Australia and New Zealand, part of our future success is really understanding how we help our clients on their digital transformation journeys. And very importantly, how do we drive true business value through repeatable solutions that help them on that journey? Accelerate represents a way for Certis and the University of New South Wales Business School, supported by IBM, to really help our business leaders across Australia and New Zealand navigate the challenges that come with digital transformation. Every single client I've spoken to in the last year wants to understand what that journey looks like, how they get on that journey, and how we can help them. And they do not necessarily want to be the aggregators or the integrators of the capabilities to do so. It's absolutely great to have a valued business partner like Certis who's come up with this bold and innovative approach such that they can help inspire business leaders. They have very practical hands-on frameworks and a way to bring cool technologies into their hands. And that's exactly what our clients are looking for. We know within IBM the importance to our success of truly building and fostering a diverse ecosystem. And that's what Certis's Accelerate program really does. So Mike posed a question: what do you want to get out of Accelerate? And I would say my challenge to all of you is to think about your client. Think about the digital transformation journey they're on and how you can leverage Accelerate to help them in that journey. I know that I and my entire team are really excited about working with Certis and with their group of ecosystem partners to start new client conversations, to help them on their transformation journey, and to really make them digital leaders in the marketplace. Thank you for joining us today.
Fantastic. Great to have Shelley almost with us in person. Now, someone who is here with us in person is ex-IBMer, friend, colleague, Michael Kahia, who's going to talk, who's the General Manager of Certis Digital. I'll pass over to him.
Thank you. With Certis, we work across multiple sectors of the asset-intensive industry across Australia and New Zealand. And we've been, doing that for a good 20 plus years. We've seen a massive change, but not as much as we've seen over the last few years, where this change within our business, the emergence of new technologies, this concept of a single view of the asset is meeting with these engineers, which are a combination of people who are senior engineers and new graduates that are coming into the business. And it's really that new graduate that's forcing a lot of this change. It's driving technologies, it's making decisions based on data that they want and information they have, because they don't have that long history of experience. And so they are forcing this transformation and this change. And so for us as partners, it's incredibly hard. It's hard to help them to change, make sense of new technologies. And so when the opportunity for Accelerate came along, it's huge. It's huge for us as partners. It helps us to leverage our skill sets and partners in the region and take that back into our clients. So we're really excited. It's super important for our business going forward. And so we're really happy to be part of it.
Thank you, Michael. Now, you can't have an ecosystem without having a distributor who plays a key part. And part of Accelerate Digital Transformation Program, an ecosystem program, is that we are looking at bringing on board distributors, business partners, solution providers, platform providers, those companies that will help clients on that digital transformation journey. So we again couldn't have Ivan here, but Ivan's just going to share a few words from his perspective from Tech Data.
So Ivan, why did Tech Data get involved with Accelerate, and why does it form a part of your promotional strategy this year?
Ironically, Tech Data served to accelerate vendor routes to market by making it easier for our suppliers and partners to enter and excel in high-growth technology and vertical markets. The UNSW partnership provides a value-rich link between academia, research and business, enabling results-based outcomes, which we then look to replicate via use cases. We have seen traditional linear supply chains, where value is based upon the production of goods and services, evolve into dynamic and connected value webs, seeking the transfer of knowledge. Accelerate is a great example of the coming together of these value webs. Leveraging Tech Data's analytics and IoT solution factory, we provide proven, repeatable solutions enabling speed and scale in the market. A great example is the partnership with UrbanIO's range of sensors, What's an IoT and design thinking, tailored to derive specific business outcomes for customers.
Okay, fantastic. Now, we're just coming to the end of the live stream session. Before we do finish, I would just ask if there are any questions from anyone in the room or anyone in the room. We've got a question from the back. Yep, that's you.
Sam, Brian, thank you very much. How can we help you spread the word regarding the Accelerate program?
So the question was to Sam and Brian, how can we, IBM, help you spread the word of the Accelerate program? Did you want to answer that?
Yeah. So I suppose it's about bringing your clients along. So one of the things that we're going to suggest as part of this is that bring two people along and you get your place for free. And I guess there is a value that's associated with this, and it's valuable to your clients. So there's bring two people along. That's how you can help. Because if all of the IBMers who are on this live stream, who are also part of the sales organisation, were to bring two partners along, it's going to unlock opportunities for the broader ecosystem. So coming back to this idea of enlightened self-interest, it might not be that you end up, dare I say it, selling, cloud platform, but they might become an MBA enrollee for the University of New South Wales and end up in a role where they choose you and your technology, 4 or 5 years down the track. So it's all about the sort of enlightened self-interest approach to things. So bring two people and solicit two people to engage with it, and we will be successful. I mean, the thing that's on offer here that is very different is that the university has I won't say a giant marketing machine, but they have a significant marketing machine and a very engaged alumni. So we're very confident that we're going to get some very meaningful opportunities and participants in the room. But it's you bringing a few people along as well, which might not just be about you selling. It might be about opportunities that you can unlock in the ecosystem. So I guess that's the idea, participate in the ecosystem.
So first of all, great program. Thank you for sharing with us and involving us. The question I have is Oliver Tom's question, which is just around the practicality. So we've got some events not so far away, 24th August. So after this, will there be links sent to the team?
Yes. So the question was, how do we actually help follow up with this? So the site for the program is live as we speak. The link for which we're going to share with you here, but we will also contact you, those people that registered and those people that were on the invite. We'll be sending out comms around this Monday is the best way of putting it. So.
Any other questions? Okay, look, fantastic. Look, just a couple of things to wrap up. Like Samuel talked about, the Industry 4.0 offices, puts up a lot of challenges and a lot of opportunities. But also out of that comes this opportunity for change. Okay, and I think one of the things that I've really, listened today and hearing the speakers talk is that we have a unique opportunity to learn with our clients. If we think about our Think event that we just ran, we took our clients, we hosted them, we sat next to them, we learned, and then we had the conversations from them. This partnership with the University of New South Wales and the Australian Graduate School of Management is very, very unique. And the access to that, to the masterclass and the executive briefings that are coming up, represents a very, very unique opportunity, not just for you as digital learners and digital transformers, but also to build that trust and credibility with your clients. So I think that's the call to action here. Think about how you can use this program to not just yourself learn, but bring your clients in to understand how they can start to engage in this ecosystem around digital transformation. This is ongoing. Digital transformation doesn't just happen in 1 quarter or 2 quarters. It's ongoing, and it's something we all have to be helping our clients with. Okay, so with that, I would like to thank you all very much for your time, both here and in Australia, and thank you to Accelerate and the link.
Oh, no, it was just like that.
Sorry. And the link behind me is where you will launch, that the program is being launched, which you can go to and find out even more information. Okay? Great. Thank you all very much for coming today. Appreciate your time. Thank you.